Hello there. This is me, MD here with you on Everything PS. Here we go again, we are in a new Photoshop tutorial. Today we are gonna talk about how to unlock the background layer. If you are interested, stay tuned. Many files have a special background layer. Let's take a look at what a background layer is and how to work with it. If you're following along with me, you can download this file from the links down below in the description box. After opening this file in Photoshop, let's take a look at the Layers panel, where at the bottom of this layer stack, there's a layer label background with an uppercase B and a lock symbol. That's how to recognize a special background layer. The content of this background layer is the large photo in the background of the image in the document window. A background layer like this has special properties that are different than a regular layer. For example, you can't change the stacking order of the background layer in the Layers panel. Try to move it up in the layer stack by selecting the background layer and then dragging it up. And you just can't drop it on top of these other layers. Instead, you get this no way symbol. And when you remove your finger from the mouse or the trackpad, the background layer pops back down to the bottom of the layers stack. Similarly, you can't drag another layer beneath the background layer in the Layers panel. Try selecting another layer and then drag beneath the background layer, and you get that same no way symbol. A background layer just has to be at the bottom of the layer stack, and its content has to be at the back of the image, behind the other image elements. Let's go back to the Layers panel and select the background layer again to see something else that you can't do with the background layer. And that is to move it with the Move tool. I will go over and select the Move tool in the Tools panel. I'll click on that large background photo and I'll try to move. But the Move tool can't move this layer because the layer is locked. There are a couple of other things you can do with a background layer either. For example, you can't vary the opacity of a layer. And you can't have transparent pixels on a background layer. So what if you want to do any of that with a special background layer? In that case, you need to convert the background layer to a regular layer. And that's as simple as one click. Just come down to the background layer and click on the lock symbol. And it goes away. And that layer becomes a regular layer called Layers 0. And now because it's a regular layer, I could do all the things I just mentioned that you can't do with the background layer. Is just one example. I can move this layer with the Move tool. I have the Move tool still selected. I will move into the image and drag it to the right. And that does move Layers 0. And it reveals transparency behind it, because this is the bottommost layer in the layers stack. Now, what if you did want to have a special background layer and you didn't have one in your file? When you can make any layer into a special background layer by going up to the layer menu and choosing a new background from a layer. I should want to make a new layer in this case and make that the background layer. So I'll go down to the bottom of the Layers panel and I'll click the Create New Layer button. That makes a new layer 1, which I will drag to the bottom of the layer stack. Layer 1 is currently empty. I will fill it with white. To do that, I'm going to go up to the Edit menu and I'll choose Fill. In the Fill dialog that opens, I will change the first drop-down menu to white. And I'll click OK. And now we have a white layer at the bottom of the layer stack. To change that into a special background layer, I'll go up to the layer menu and choose New Background from a layer. And now that layer is locked. I can't move it or do the other things that I mentioned. And is providing a stable base for this composition. So background layers deserve mention. Because you will run into one sooner rather than later. And now you know what a background layer is, what its limitations are, and how to work with it. Now before you leave, let me tell you what you learned in this tutorial. To convert a background layer into a regular layer. Because the background layer is locked, it can't be moved in the document window or rearranged in the layers panel, and some editing functions won't work on it. To change the background layer into a regular layer, click the lock icon to the right of the layer name in the layers panel. And here we go, we are done for today. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave your comment down below in the comments section. Also, if you are interested in Adobe After Effects, take a look at our second channel, Saskiano. See you next time.